Instagram. I'm Kenny Jang. We got Jay Cranda here. We're back for more social media jumpstart. I'm excited today, as you can tell.
I know.
Because we're going to gram it up with Instagram.
I feel like we're talking about the wrong gram here. I don't know what you're doing.
We're talking about Instagram.
Yeah.
So tell us, Jay Cranda, what is Instagram good for? What's it all about? We hear it in the news all over the place. It's the hot topic.
Yeah, Instagram is a great way for people to visually preview your church, your organization. So it's very visual. Instagram is very much it's photo driven, video driven, and so it's all visual. And but it's a great way to kind of let people in. So a lot of times when you think about an organization, people don't know what's going on inside the walls. Before they physically stepped in. And so what you get with Instagram is you get to be able to show previews of what you are about through snapshots of photos. And so really to get into it, Instagram is a place to post photos and videos from your organization.
Great. And they also do videos.
Yeah.
But it's not any type of video.
Yeah, it's 15 seconds of video.
Yes.
So it's really short snippets. You got to be very strategic, but people can leverage that very wisely. So you can have little short reviews, little testimonies, moments. It's a capture. They're trying to be quick. It's very much that time decay that we talked about on Twitter is very applicable to Instagram because things can come and go.
You're scrolling.
You're scrolling. It's very much a scroll. Everything, a lot of these channels, the stream is taking over. And so it kind of goes. You can always go back to your profile and to learn more and see everything categorized, but it's very much come and go.
Real time. Okay, so let's talk about some lingo. Is there some common lingo that we should actually know about?
Yeah, so on Instagram, and when you're posting something, you just post. It's the same language that we use on Facebook and Twitter. And then you have something that's very important for you to be aware of is hashtags. Hashtags are applicable on Twitter, but they're also applicable on Instagram. And what's powerful about hashtags on Instagram is that it's how people meet new people. So the amazing thing is, and you have the option with your account to either have it private or public. Obviously, for the sake of what we're talking about, no matter if you're a church or an organization, you want it to be public.
Yes.
But when you're posting something, you have the ability to tag it, and you get to, if somebody clicks on that, you get to be part of that conversation. Tags are ways to filter out conversation. So, for example, if you have a special event and you're raising money, let's say for a cause, let's say for the Red campaign. Yeah. So they have a couple times a year, the Red campaign does big pushes, and you can hashtag a photo of something that's red maybe within your organization, and that way when other people are searching through the Red campaign on their phone and they're scrolling through, now your photo from your organization, they can see that you support that, and maybe you might get some leads out of that. Maybe you get some people that check out your church out of that.
Yeah, that is part of the culture, to follow.
It's right? Follow as well, follow different people. The other thing is the @ symbol. You can tag different people even.
Yeah.
And so it's really, you're going to see with this Jumpstart program, there's a lot of similarity in languages, but every channel the way you do it is different.
And sharing is definitely a part of it.
Yeah, so sharing is a big part of it. You can share things, and one of the more popular things, this kind of leads over to tools, is that there's different tools that you can use to actually repost other people's photos.
Yeah.
So one of those tools is repost and regram. So the idea is that you log into this third-party app, and the apps are on iOS and on the Android market. And the idea is that if I like your photo, Kenny, let's say you take a photo of you're eating something and I want to repost it. I don't know why I would ever want to do that, but let's say if I did want to do that, I could go in and repost your content using one of these third-party applications, and it will actually have the photo that he posted, and it will have a little snapshot of their profile, and it will say reposted from this account. So it's kind of a way of retweeting or reposting for Instagram.
What's interesting is you can't do that in the Instagram app.
Can't.
They don't allow you to do that, but the culture has just exploded in needing to do that, and so there's these third-party apps.
They're taking over, and the other interesting thing is Instagram is all mobile driven.
Yeah.
They have a website presence, but they don't give you any options on there to do anything. You can explore and find things, but everything has to be done through a mobile application at this time.
Yeah, so one of the great things we do on a regular basis is search for our own namesake's hashtag, and then see who's posting about us, and then we'll repost some of that, regram some of that to our own feed to give them some more exposure.
Yeah, and it's a great way with tags. You can search for different tags that are popular, like your city name, different institutions that are around you. Again, if you're a church, you can do #prayer, and you can look and you can try to interact that way. There's definitely an outreach, kind of get out there and meet your clients, people that you're interacting with. Be proactive and do that. And some other tools that are really popular to help save time, tools like that we've been talking about, Hootsuite. Hootsuite is a great tool. The hard part is they don't really give you a lot of functionality with Instagram right now, but things that you can try are Latergram, Schedulegram, and so forth, that can really help you schedule things in advance, so you don't have to manually post things at any given time. You can actually get ahead of the curve and schedule things.
Nice. So that's a nice overview of Instagram. It's pretty easy to get in there, pretty intuitive. What are some homework? What's some practical tips that everyone can take away today? Download Instagram and start going.
One practical tip, and this is going to take a little bit of risk, but I'm going to challenge you. This would be a great way to kind of get your feet wet in and kind of jumpstart your Instagram activity, is create an account for your organization. And if you're a church, for example, I would challenge you, hand over your account over to your children's ministry or your student ministry and let them take over Sunday. Kind of have a Sunday takeover. And the idea is that they can post anything they want from the youth ministry, from the children's ministry. And the idea is that anybody who's following you on that day, they'll just see everything that's happening. And it's kind of a cool way to put it in the perspective of a child, like what's valuable from them, or from a teenager. You might need to give some parameters, but the idea is that you can really give a kind of a user experience to your church. And as an organization, you can do the same thing. Maybe give it to an intern, somebody who can control it for a day. And so other things that I would challenge you as a church, some quick and easy homework, is do some powerful visuals from quotes that you use from the weekend. And again, Canva, we're going to keep on saying Canva. If you're an iPhone user, another one is Pics with Words, but create some powerful visuals. And on top of that, I want to challenge you not only to kind of give over that account and test it out, but also some accounts to really observe, because I think everybody is always looking for practical examples. Is Charity Water has a great
beautiful stuff.
Has a great stuff. Check out how they leverage their Instagram presence, and also the Red campaign is a great account that you can check out and get some practical examples.
So they literally can, within the app, search for Charity Water and Red. You'll find the actual.
And check out the photos they use, how they lay things out, tags and descriptions.
Great. Thank you for those practical tips. That about wraps it up for Instagram. What are we going to tackle this next session when we come back for Social Media Jumpstart?
We're talking about YouTube. So obviously YouTube is important, and we're going to be laying out how you can jumpstart your YouTube activity.
Great. And we'll catch you on the other side.